Welcome to Singapore and Race 6 of SDRL Season 7. Strap on your dehumidifier and sit back. You will be entertained. Looking at our driver lineup, it seems that the extremely technical circuit around Singapore was too much for half the grid, or there was a mix-up in the plane tickets, and everyone else ended up in Singapore, India. 9 of our drivers did make it to Marina Bay. Kilser as reserve stepped in as the 10th to provide Haas with a presence. Although rain was forecast for the main race, quali ran in the dry. A qualifying session notable for fastest times in the 1:27s, and Cloud's first track appearance with 1 minute 40 left in the session. Kilser's final run improved his time by 7 tenths, but unfortunately not his grid position. Shan took pole with a 1:27.698, which was stolen by Mars with a 1:27.673, and then nabbed by Barbance, clocking a 1:27.406. Cloud's single hot lap produced a 1:27.520 and P2. Barbance and Cloud separated by less time than it takes to blink. Barbance and Cloud would start on the front row, with Mars and Shan poised behind. Then Zyros and Lay, Bradders and Kilser, Josh and Rando. With a solid sheet of rain forecast for 2/3 of the 31 laps, all cars started on inters. A potential switch to hards on the cards if the rain cleared up on cue. As the 5 red lights blinked off, Mars immediately challenged Cloud through turns 1 and 2. Cloud held off Mars, but it would be a battle to resonate the entire race. Bradders' race would end at the difficult turn 8, generating a VSC. A crash that may also have impacted Josh, who shortly after was spotted without his entire front wing. Once the VSC cleared, Barbance maintained his lead, but seemed to be struggling with his car. As lap 2 closed, Cloud leveraged his superior traction to pressure Barbance. A battle that would take them through to lap 3 side by side. As the two continued wheel to wheel through the early turns, Mars slotted in behind Barbance and waited for his opportunity. It was a stunning sequence as the championship's 2 leaders put on a demonstration in the rain. It was coming out of turn 5 of lap 3 before Cloud eventually made the move to P1 stick. With the promise of the rain easing, the dilemma then was how long to hold on to the inters. Zyros was the first to blink on lap 14, changing to new inters on the assumption the rain wasn't going to ease before he picked up a puncture. Barbance was next to switch to new inters on lap 16. He exited P5, behind Lay in P4 and Shan in P3. If the top 4 could hold on to their lead and their tyres, they may save themselves a 27-second pit stop. The risk, of course, was a DNF if they got it wrong. Another variable to make itself known was Barbance's pace. With the leaders nursing tyres in the 60 to 70% range, Barbance on new inters was lapping 4 seconds quicker than Cloud up in P1. At this rate, Barbance would be back challenging for a podium in 5 laps. The bad news for Barbance was that the rain stopped and DRS was enabled on lap 19. Cloud seemed to pick up a puncture on lap 19, but had the good fortune to do it just before the pits. Everyone dove in for slicks behind him. Cloud's tyre troubles and Mars's pace meant they now exited on slicks together. Mars, though, was the only one in the top 4 to choose mediums over hards. 11 laps to go. Back in P4, Barbance was making hard work of passing the ever-resilient Shan. With Barbance also carrying 6 seconds of penalties, he needed to make the most of the remaining 8 laps. It would instead be a chance for Shan to shine, holding off Barbance and seeing Barbance drop back from the rear view. With 2 laps to go, Mars was all over Cloud's diffuser, but any time he stuck his nose in there, Cloud found traction and pulled away. Cloud took the flag in P1, Mars right behind in a superb P2. Shan took P3, Barbance an exhausting P4. Lay would crash back at turn 14 as Barbance took the flag. Lay's crash gifted Josh his all-time best points tally, demonstrating that if you show up and first you finish, who knows what might happen. Rando's P6 added to Josh's carbon confetti celebration. Mars and Barbance both commented in the post-race interviews how exhausting it had been. Making the finish line was a worthy celebration for any that did. It was a fascinating race to watch, with the lap 2 and 3 battle between Barbance and Cloud the thrilling spectacle. Cloud's near-perfect run of form has now taken him into the championship lead, courtesy of his 5 podiums compared to Barbance's 4. Mars once more is well worth his 3rd place in the championship, as has been the indomitable and very consistent Shan in P4. Alpine still have a vice-like grip on the constructors, largely due to high grid finishes and showing up week over week. Next week we have a double header, 2 wildly different tracks in Kota and Jeddah. See you there.